What's up, guys? Anarchy Troll 420, MVP, Kanger Pro 2. Both of these are the version 2, so work with me here. I just picked up this new bottle of fluid right here. It's Electro-Lime. It tastes like lemon lime Gatorade, but it's all VG. Where is that? Right there. Try and get it to where y'all can see it. Max VG. And I did downgrade from 2.4 Nick to 1.8. So my problem with this was that it just wasn't wicking like the 70-30 blends or the 50-50 blends. Just wasn't wicking into the coil at all. I could take like 2 puffs and then I'd have to reprime it and it'd act all screwy and all messed up again. So I got to thinking, everybody's using cotton. Why is this? Well, it turns out with vegetable glycerin, which is actually VG, it wicks really well in cotton. So what I did was, they have these little itty bitty silicone bleh kind of stuff wicks. And they normally have 2 of them just sitting right on top. It didn't wick in them at all. Terrible, just tasted like you were licking jeans. Like, it wasn't good at all. So, what I did is, I took a piece of cotton about that long, rolled it up, made it about, probably 1/8 inch thick. About that. Did that, and then what I did was, I'm not going to take the, well, you know what? I will take this top piece off. Just dry it up a little bit real quick. Pop that stem off, comes right off. What I did was, I went, let me get a pointer or something. And this is why I have tools. Alright, so your coil is in here. Right in the middle. Right across there. So what I did was, the middle of the cotton, I put through there, and then I wrapped it around. All the way around. So I took one side and went around the top, and then I took the other side and went around the bottom. And then I just kind of tucked it underneath the other ones. Works great. Perfect. No problems with this at all. Before I put it together, I did put a little bit of this juice on there just to help get all the little cotton frilly things, and those who use cotton will know what I'm talking about. Just to get them like seated down in there, and it almost looks like a dripper with a juice well filled with cotton. Basically what it reminds me of. But as you can see, there's cotton all the way through there. If I can, hold on. Yeah, you can kind of see how it's all through there now. So you see what I did. Alright. And that's basically it. So I'm gonna put the stem thing back on, and these things love to give me trouble. And vape it real quick. While I was actually doing this, I accidentally knocked over didn't put it on all the way. The actual tank portion of the Pro tank, I knocked over and it started rolling, and at that point in time I was scared because I thought a whole tank of fluid just went everywhere. And since the VG is so thick, none of it came out. Like, I even used that light I just showed you guys and just looked on there, and no fluid came out whatsoever. I'm trying to find the drip tip here. Where did you go? There you are. That's another thing. The version 2 Kanger tanks, they work really good, but on the inside of here, they have a ridge cut into them all the way around. And it works good until that O-ring breaks in, and then you get this. So, what I did was, took a VV Nova, tip. And yeah, I polished it, I don't care. But I filed this down just around here, and now it snaps in there. And it takes force to get it off. Some of you may like that, some of you may not. But I don't like the drip tip moving when I'm trying to vape. I am using the collar that comes with the MVP on here. I just think it looks a little bit better. I'll get it threaded on here. I did have the MVP wrapped just because, a little bit of protection. If I ever go to sell it, I can pop this off and there's no damage to it. At least they won't know. And I think it looks pretty cool. So you got the red, white, and blue, and then you got the chrome. I think it balances perfectly. Make sure it's on. Yep. And with this, I'm running at 3.7 watts. Or, not watts, that's volts. Sorry. I'm actually going to turn it up to 4.4. And just to check my atomizer. What's that, 2.2? Yep. 4 volts left on the battery. That's not bad. Let's try this. Pretty big clouds out of it, and it actually tastes a lot better. You get a full flavor effect from it. Partially because it's actually covering the whole top piece of the coil. And if you think the Kanger is a little bit hairy draw, like it just too much air is coming through it at one time instead of trying to plug the holes or do something weird, you can put cotton on the sides of it, or when you put it down, use like a flat tip screwdriver and pack it a little bit, and it'll make it like flatter across the top, and it'll block up more of the space around the coil and making it a tighter draw. So maybe a little tip pointer or something there. But another cloud. As you can see, full effect here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and turn a 2.2 coil all the way up, at least on the MVP. So I'm going to take this to 5 volts and run it at 11 watts. Let's see how this does. Wow. This is the first time I had this all the way up with the 2.2 coil in it, just because I kept getting just massively dry, burnt, nasty hits. So I had it all the way down to, what is it? What's the lowest setting? I had it at 3.5, and this goes down to 3.3. And every once in the blue moon I'd get that dry hit, and then I'm just like, there's something wrong, I need to do something. And I had a couple extra coils that were sitting around and they weren't working. So what I did was I took the silica wicks off the top of them. I had a broken coil. I took the coil out of the center of that, put that on top, and I tried no wicks on top, see if I could just get straight juice flow into it, and maybe have to keep it like this so it wasn't, maybe use it as a dripper or something to where you just flip it upside down, flip it back down, flip it up again, and then hit it. And none of that worked. I put the cotton in, and now it works really good. So, again, Anarchy Troll 420, and I guess deuces.